that's the system. Have a look, all right? And there are some conditions. This will be the conditions. Have a look at these conditions, and then we can discuss this over the email or whatever, right? And so each coach can have maybe up to 3 athletes who are in this high level being paid. If you're not happy, then tell us. You want to coach 10 athletes and earn more money? Tell us. If you want to do that, then you must make sure that all the 10 athletes have reached a very high level because they are paying. I think if you can prove that, we may have to pay you. Right? But if they drop in standard because you have too many athletes and you can't pay attention to all of them, then we will say, hey, excuse me, you have to lose the athletes. Okay, so think about this. Okay, then let's go to the selection criteria. For this, I want to show this, find out the article. This was just written days ago. Show no sympathy. Right? And many people say many things inside there. And of course, this was written by Godfrey Robert. He says, those who promise medals and fail to deliver deserve no sympathy but brickbats. Okay, so we are going to get whacked if we do not do this. Right? And also, this was what Teo Chee Han said also. He said this: no let up in qualifying standards at subsequent multi-sports events. So whenever, when it is going to be like SEA Games, Asian Games and so on, there won't be let up. So we cannot expect to lower the standards. Not get stuck now. And also, he said this, so the next time around, apply stronger scrutiny before giving the teams the green light to travel. So he's telling the SNOC, hey, no more sympathy, no more this and that. Right? So, hey, if it's written in the papers, that means we have to pay attention. It's for us. Okay? So what do we have? We have the SEA Games next year. We have a few games. So for all these, we have tried to work out some qualifying marks. So for the SEA Games, we cannot escape because SNOC says it is the third placing from the previous games. Okay, and so we listed out the third placing, and I can see that it's going to be very, very tough for some of the events. Yeah, but that is because our standard is so low. Yeah, so we have to do something about this. I would also like to point out that the men's 4x4 is 326. And this is what SNOC, I met Mr. Christian, and he told me yesterday. I referred him to the article by Godfrey Robert, and then he said, SNOC cannot police and monitor everybody. NSAs individually must be honest. Right? And so if we say, wow, 326, we will qualify, and we go with 320, we are going to get whacked. So we are thinking of a system for the 4x400. In the last games in 2009, there were only 2 teams. So Vietnam put in a team, and then they came in third and got a bronze medal. Laos, and then they got 326. They just took a walk and got a bronze medal. So we cannot cheat. We cannot cheat SNOC and say, hey, yeah, send us. And if our people are doing 320, isn't it? Because the winning times at the 07 and 05 was below 310. You want to go with 320? Cannot, isn't it? So let us be honest with ourselves. We have boys and men who can run good 400s. Hey, put on your shoes and spice and get started with training. And we can get there. Right? Then we also have the World Youth Championships qualifying standards as set by IAAF. And then we have to find our system for qualifying. We have the Commonwealth Youth Qualifying Standards using SNOC's guidelines. So all this will go on the website. Go have a look. If you're happy, tell us. If you're not happy, then break your computer. Okay. So we have also the Asian Athletic Championships using, we are going to use some standards. Right? So now is not a time to explain all the different standards. So quickly have a look at your event and shake your head. Okay. All right. We also did a international competitive analysis to see where we stand. And this was done by David, all right, analysis of Singapore's best men's performance versus 4 of the major games. The red is the Olympic Games first, 3rd, 6th and 8th placing. The yellow shows the Commonwealth Games first, 3rd and 6th. Blue, the Asian Games first, 3rd and 6th. The green shows the SEA Games first, 2nd and 3rd. And the black line is Singapore's best performance this year. So can you see how far we are from all these things? Okay, so coaches and athletes, this is what you have to do. Bring it up. At the moment we find that, okay, the sprints and the, what's this event here? Those are quite close to the jumps and throws. Jumps and throws are close to the Southeast Asian and Asian marks. All the other events are very, very far behind. What's wrong? Yeah? It cannot be. It cannot be like this. I'll explain in a minute. So we have the girls the same. Also, it's the same events, right? Where we are close. Some events we are close, some events we are far behind. Okay, so we'll try and do something about this. So if it's going to be difficult for you to go to the Commonwealth Juniors, etc., then we think that we will allow you to go to the more regional competitions. We cannot send everybody, yeah, and unless we start getting more funds, then we'll be a bit more generous. By the moment, this is our plan. We think that maybe there can be a co-payment for the regional competitions. And later when this year you went to the what's this? Thai Open, and there was a good report about, you gave a good report to the website. Of course, I think we have to provide the right t-shirts next time. So the co-payment scheme is like this, alright? We have worked it out like this. If at the very first meet you have met the qualifying standard, then you will be paid, all your trips will be paid for by SAA. But if you are within 1% of the SEA Games qualifying mark, then 80% SAA, 20% from you, etc., etc. Go in and have a look and see, hey, this is impossible, possible, and then give us some feedback. Now we have had a look at all the results and we have come up with this. Come up with something else. Let us know and we can keep adjusting this. Alright, and these are the performance reference tables for carding and co-payments purposes for all the events. Have a look at what we have. We are trying this because we know that you are trying. Yeah, I know you are very, very sincere about taking part in athletics, you and your coach. I went to the website and I saw this. This is Priya. She says, you are making a lot of sacrifices. She was asked, what do you think you are missing out? Is it the need to juggling with studies or training and racing, or the sports itself is your own self-gratification? Then this is what Priya said. I guess it's mainly personal sacrifices, such as not going out with my friends who are not from sports school. Rather, I will be training hard every day. So I think all of you are in this category. You are training. So we really appreciate it. But let's get more done. And Rachel also was quoted as saying, when she went to the Thai Open, she said it was a poor performance due to poor preparation 3 weeks leading to the competition. Rachel is trying to juggle work and training. So I know many of you like this. I put 2 girls examples. And I think, hey, guys even make even greater sacrifices. So we appreciate what you are doing. But it's time to make an analysis. Everyone who went to the major games, all must make an analysis. That's where we must start. Okay? Analyze what has taken place at the Asian Games. After all, you know, this was a report from Beijing. Yeah? You draw the baton, let's not feel like this is the end of the world. Both the US men's and women's 4x100 relay suffered patent drops during the handoffs and failed to advance to the finals. Okay? So forget it. We're done. Whatever risk we took, etc., is finished. Now we start all over again. Analyze. Every single one of you analyze. Not only the Asian Games athletes, all athletes who have taken part this year, analyze. Okay? You and your coaches. And we learn from everybody. We can learn from Carl. Carl said this, mistake and fouls are what cost us the wins. And in the relays, my teammates and I practiced until we got our moves right, so that a passing the baton becomes natural and you don't drop it in a race. Well, I think our relay runners were there talking to him and they have learned something. We'll see how. Right? That's what Carl said. Carl also said this. He said this. It is not only Asians. Why are Europeans not fast? You mean to tell me there is no one in Europe or Asia that is fast? Maybe, right? So he said. So, many of our events, we are far behind. So maybe it is either a matter of training isn't right, or there is an inferiority complex. Attitudes have got to change. Other events, right? And all events, we must bring our standard up. It cannot be that we don't have the talent. This is the first step for training. Whether you are male or female, whether you are white or brown or black, first step is you must have abs like this. And you must have muscles like this. You know, girls, this is for the girls, right? You must not be afraid of muscles. You know this, Elena, she came here during the YOG, yeah, and we went and we took a picture with her. It's okay, you know, this is Elena. She looks okay, isn't it? A bit of makeup, a bit of clothes, her muscles are hidden. So don't be afraid of training. So coaches and athletes, we got to work hard. I want to give you my own experience about all these things. This is a letter I wrote to my wife when from Mexico City, when I went to run in the 100 and the 200. So this is what I wrote to her. I said, I will try and describe the races to you. In the morning, went for the heats, especially very chilly, this altitude is so cold, hands all numb, nose numb, toes numb. Then warmed up. Everyone warms up early, at least 1 hour. Everyone is serious. Even the Americans are serious. The coach is fussing around. And then I wrote this. I don't have time to tell you about the race, but this is what I wrote at the end. The government is wise. We must send only the best. Another thing, we must get very serious about training. There are about 6 short men, all doing 10 or 10-1. Why? Arms and legs big, very big. Mine only half. And I said, you know, darling, if I can get a strength, I will be doing 10 seconds too. I just know I can do it. If you allow me to go on, I'm going to make an all-out effort for the SEAT Games in 1969 and then the Asian Games, and I will stop in 1970. I want to show you a picture I took in Mexico. This is Mel Pender and Stan Wright. Stan Wright was the coach. Mel Pender was the sprinter. I think some people will know Mel Pender. He was in the 64 100-meter finals. He was in the finals of the 68 Olympic Games, and he got a gold medal with the relay team. Hey, the important thing about this picture is this. See? Wow, he's not very much taller than I am. Yeah? But if I take his shoulder, line from his shoulder and put on my shoulder, the line goes into the coach shoulder. This is the secret. Whether you are a jumper, a thrower, or whatever, must be big and strong.